All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you for waiting for the other attendees to join as well. Let's begin our webinar, and I will just take you through our topic for today, which is how can GEODI help the legal department? So just a second, I'll start sharing the screen, and we'll be able to go through the presentation together. So we've all talked many times about how GEODI can help with data protection, in specific to say information security teams, data protection teams, compliance teams, internal audits, or technology departments. But today I would like to focus a little bit more on the legal departments, which is another department amongst many that can really make use of the GEODI platform and use it to improve their work schedules as well. So the first thing that comes to mind is how will we store our data? As a very developed and modern world now, we are storing data on multiple different data sources. So you have different types of data as well, whether it's in JPG format, it's videos, it's scanned documents, or it's information that is present on our PCs, our endpoints, on file servers, databases. So GEODI is supporting these platforms amongst many others as well. And that's the first thing that anybody should look for when they're purchasing a software. Because as a customer, what's the most important thing that you have in hand? It's your data. And wherever you're storing data, it needs to be searchable, discoverable, it needs to be classified so that it's not at risk. With GEODI, we can also help you OCR your documents, which is something that is present inbuilt on the GEODI platform. It's a huge advantage when it comes to specifically legal departments. And the reason for that is because we can help you search and discover from scanned documents. So any data that you're holding in paper format, you can scan it, and GEODI is going to create a digital archive for that, which is something that's truly going above and beyond. Many customers, have great comments about OCR modules. You really require this feature because not everything is going to be present on a digital version, So documents that are not digitalized already, you can do that. You can create a digital archive for them using our solution. And we can also discover from unstructured data. It's quite easy to discover from, say, for example, databases. But what about data that is unstructured? For example, if you have PDF documents about contracts, or if you have receipts, invoices, and so on. These documents are labeled as unstructured because they have not been created in a manner, or they're not understood in a manner in the same way as structured data is. And discovering from these types of data sources is perhaps one of the most tedious tasks that customers have to do. And this is very important because around 60 to 80% of our data perhaps is unstructured. Not everything is going to be present on databases. A lot of data that you are storing in your PCs is unstructured. So to find and to discover sensitive data from those areas is truly a technology that really benefits our customers. And you are most definitely going to be able to do that using our solution. And the reason for that is because our solution is AI and NLP based. So it can act as a human being and interpret data just like a human would and optimize it. Moving to the next slide, just to give you a little bit of introduction about our company, what types of customers we're working with. Now, it's quite obvious that data protection solutions would be of great benefit to companies such as banks. And we have Investbank as our customer. We have the biggest asset management firm in Turkey, Gelecek Varlık, as our customer as well. Not just that, many ministries are also using our solution. And amongst these various industries where GEODI is being used, a department that makes great use of GEODI is the legal department as well. So we have clients in the financial sector, we have clients in the government sector, we have clients in the retail sector, the production and management sector as well. And all these sectors have one goal, is to protect their data, it is to understand their data. And that we cannot limit to a specific department, which is where solutions such as GEODI really play a great role. So not only can data protection departments make use of GEODI, but legal departments can make use of it as well. And we will understand that, analyze use cases together further in this presentation. All right. So what can GEODI help us analyze? What type of discoveries can GEODI do is perhaps the best way to analyze how it can be of use in legal departments. So what is of importance to legal departments? Of course, the first thing that comes to mind is dates, because dates are a valuable, asset that legal departments need to analyze, that legal departments need to search for. So you can search for dates, specific dates, whether they are mentioned in the document or whether that is the date that a document was created. GEODI can help you discover that. Dates are very important because they help you analyze when a specific action or when a specific, when anything has happened, when you have stored something or when a transaction has taken place. So dates are great to monitor. Not only can we identify a single date, but because we have semantic discovery, we can analyze information that lies between a date bracket. So for instance, if I want to see for information that lies between 1st June 2024 till present, I can create a search query for that, and GEODI is going to allocate all those dates to me. Where they're present in the documents will also be shown to me on my GEODI screen, its homepage. Not only is GEODI helping you find dates, but GEODI is also helping you find critical information such as names. So for instance, if somebody comes to me with a subject access request, then as the legal department, what you will be doing is you are not allowed to hold specific data of your customers, such as maybe their employers' information, maybe their addresses, maybe their email addresses, their telephone numbers. So searching their name, for example, my name is Rixa Sakit. If I go and search for Rixa Sakit on my GEODI search bar, then GEODI will direct me towards all areas that are holding information about Rixa Sakit, whether it is present in a database or whether they have found a picture of my ID card, if they have found a scanned document that I have perhaps signed as a contract and my name is mentioned over there. GEODI will be able to discover that. So this way you can discover specific things regarding names as well. Not only that, let's brainstorm a little bit and understand what other information could be valuable to legal departments. Say, for instance, legal departments are interested in knowing blood types for people. Legal departments are interested in knowing the ID card that somebody has, their passport number, or perhaps their age, or any other contact that might be linked with them. All these types of search queries can be successfully performed using GEODI's search module. So that is one thing that we really need to understand, where and how the search module can be used and the capabilities that it has. Then we can envision different use cases for not just the legal department, but other departments as well, by understanding how it's performing. Then another very helpful feature that the GEODI module, that the GEODI platform boasts is the ability to set alarms. So for instance, I can set an alarm for any type of information, any type of data that is valuable to me. I'll give you an example over here so that both of us can understand it better. If I want to set an alarm where I want to be notified whenever my name has been mentioned throughout my data lake, not just limiting it to any specific file server or file servers or databases or email inboxes, anywhere throughout my data lake, whenever Rixa Sakit is being mentioned, GEODI will automatically notify me via email that your name has been mentioned in database XYZ. Please go take a look upon it. Just like that, I can set different alarms. So for example, if I want to set an alarm for any information that is being mentioned between a date bracket, then I can set an alarm for that, or I can set an alarm for money values that are being mentioned. All these different use cases can be customized by each user on the GEODI platform so that they can make sure that they're getting alerts that are related to them and that are meaningful for each user. We also have alarms for regulations. For instance, if you want to be notified whenever a non-conforming data is being mentioned in your data lake, say your aim is to comply with GDPR, as we can see here on the screen, You want to set an alarm to be notified whenever an email ID has been mentioned, any email ID, not just limiting it to a specific person's email ID, but any email ID. Then you can create an alarm specifically for email IDs as well. So you can say, next time an email ID is mentioned in my data lake, GEODI has to notify you of such instance taking place. That is another use case where GEODI can be used. Let's now proceed to the next slide, which is perhaps a very interesting slide that I have to mention over here. You can see 4 different actions that you can take on the GEODI platform, which you can use in your own ways that suit you and your daily routine. So for instance, let's analyze the first thing, which is the ability to take notes on documents. That is a feature that can have multiple, in fact, infinite use cases, right? So if I have opened, for instance, a contract in front of me, or if I have opened my colleague Ms. Boucher's CV in front of me, then I can take a note upon that CV. I can tag my other colleague, say Mr. Ibrahim. I can tag Mr. Ibrahim anywhere on the CV by just right-clicking on my mouse. So I will right-click on the CV to a place that is of relevance to me, and I can tag my colleague, Mr. Ibrahim, letting him know, let's take a deeper look into this, or let's analyze this. Automatically via email, Mr. Ibrahim will be notified that Rixa Saqib has taken a note upon XYZ document. So this is a use case which you can envision legal departments using in different ways. So if there's a contract and I'm part of the legal department, I can take a note on that contract, notifying my other colleague in the legal department or the HR department saying that this phrase is something that is wrong or is misspelled, it is misjudged, and it can be interpreted in different ways. So you can take notes upon documents on the GEODI platform, which enhances communication. These are just extra features that you are getting with the GEODI solution that goes on to further testify how much thought has been put into making this solution a solution that is not only easy to use, but it is very user friendly. So it's providing you multiple ways of improving your daily routine, your work life, that can be used in different scenarios and different sort of use cases. Then we can also share documents with one another. So I can basically have my different data sources present on the GEODI platform. And for example, if there's an email inbox that I would like to add, or a cloud storage space such as my Google Drive or my OneDrive, I can add it to the GEODI platform. And that way, everybody can see what type of sensitive data, non-conforming data is present on that specific document as well. So these are different features that the GEODI platform boasts, which make sure that our users are satisfied with its performance. Our users can use it. I mean, if you're optimally using GEODI, there are different ways that it can help improve work life. There are different ways that it acts to ensure that you are working in a very efficient manner. And you can use it for different needs and requirements that you may have, not just limiting them to data protection. Now let's proceed to the new slide, which is going to talk about different abilities that our search solution has. Our search solution is also semantic in nature. We have a pattern for that. So if we just take a moment to understand what the search module is doing, we will be able to fully imagine what its capabilities are and different areas and scenarios where it can come into play. The search solution, in easy terms, is basically your company's internal Google. So you can search for anything that is present in your data sources, in your data lake. For instance, if you want to search for money values, if you want to search for a specific person's email address, if you want to search for any word, for example, if I want to search where the word support is mentioned, I can search for that. If I want to search for the word computer engineer, then I can search for that specific word as well. GEODI has capabilities of acting like a search engine in reality. So like Google, you can search for anything on our search bar. You can use different search query rules as well to enhance your search abilities. So for example, if you have forgotten the spellings, or if you remember the first 4 letters of a word that you want to search for, GEODI has the ability to understand that and help you with your search query. So using the GEODI solution, you can search for anything that lies in your data lake, and within seconds, you will be able to see results for that as well. So these are use cases for the legal department and different ways that GEODI can help its users, different ways where if you purchase the GEODI solution, you can really make use of it. You can interpret GEODI in different ways and you can implement it in different departments to ways that suit you, in ways that enable you to perform better. And GEODI is not just providing a solution that you had envisioned. Rather, it is going above and beyond and providing you features that'll make you understand and use the solution in different scenarios, use the solution for different sort of, I would say, needs and requirements that you may have, not just limited to data security and data protection. So that was all from the presentation today. I would like to thank you all for attending the session. I hope that you learned about new modules and new features that we have. You can imagine how these features can be used in different customers, different departments, different organizations, environments, and all of that. So I'll leave the floor open for questions now. Please do let me know if there's anything in your mind that you would like to discuss. I'd be happy to answer before closing the webinar for today. Thank you so much. Let's just wait a minute and see if we have any questions on the floor. All right, so I believe that there are no questions on the floor right now. If everything is sorted, maybe we can close the session. If you have any inputs, do let me know, and I'll be looking forward to hosting you again in 2 weeks' time for the next session that we have planned. Please do subscribe to our LinkedIn page to stay up to date with all the new webinars that we're having and new features that we're also introducing on the GEODI platform. It's great meeting you all once again. It's great connecting with you, and we're so happy that you're part of the DSARs software family, and we hope that our relationship and bond goes ahead from here. Great to hear from you all. Great to meet you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead. That'll be all from our side, and thank you so much for attending. Bye-bye.